By the gladiators as well. Secure an audience at the Harem of Ardent Dreams. I might be able to secure an audience with her because I just killed that dude. So, maybe. Okay, let's save before I try a 42 DC check.
I did it!
I did. Is there anything on that side? Why is it moving? I suppose we were here already. Okay, let's open the map. Let's see if I have any loot that I left behind. There's one loot here. And another one here. Have to talk to people here. I'm gonna be looting that. Excuse me, that's mine. There's some loot down here.
Quick, quick!
You can even use the portal. Let's save. This is mine. And this is my... Ooh! Magical creature hide. Alright, so... Gladiators. Probably gonna be buying from them. Let's just start the way we got here.
Wherever my legs
Down
carry
here.
me.
And let's talk to this dude. Called... Paris. A tough-looking demon with a rough, cruel face in the hands of a seasoned warrior greets you with a grin. Looking to buy slaves, huh? Me? I just sold off the shipment I captured during the last raid. I'm Curse, captain of the Bloody Bitch. Who are you? You just said. I'm Curse, known by some as Curse Got Stabbed, captain of the legendary Bloody Bitch. I'm the most famous damn pirate in the Midnight Isles. You must be a landlubber who's never set foot aboard an airship if you haven't heard of me. Do you know Marilla? That nutjob? Her entire crew must be wimps and weaklings if they haven't slit such a leader's throat or fed her to Ishiar's beasts yet. Ooh, perception check. How high was that? 29? I do have a lot of skill on it though. You can't help but notice that despite Kerr's dramatic bravado, a spark of fear glimmers in his eyes. Interesting. So he fears her. Tell me more about being a pirate. What exactly do you want to know? The life of a pirate ship captain consists of 4 things. His vessel, his crew, his experience, and Pazuzu's patronage, of course. You already have wings of your own. Or you need a flying ship? I feel like that's a very stupid question, by the way. Kerr's eyes go with suspicion, as if searching for signs of mockery in your face. Sure. And what do you propose I do with the loot? Carry it on my back? What about the slaves we tug into the cargo hold? The ship is a big flying treasure chest, and it also provides a fair amount of cover from arrows and spells that rain down on us during boardings. Okay, tell me about it. You'll recognize my bloody bitch right away by the huge skull decorating her prow. We secured that trophy near Vasglar, and there was a great fight for it. A few other captains wanted to lay their hands on it as well. Aside from the skull, I've done good work on the bloody bitch. You can't find a better attack vessel. Her broadside can take a dragon's strike, her 3/4 sails can catch any wind, and her ballista don't rely on lousy spears, only alchemical fire. What kind of crew you have on board? The toughest rogues and cutthroats you could ever want. Ooh, he's speaking my language. They're my hand-picked collection, each one as bad as the next. They're the most notorious Notorious rabble, the most infamous scoundrels you could ever find in the abyss. They'd sell their own mothers into slavery for chipped copper. Turn on me? Never. Wait, wouldn't they sell their mothers for copper? Doesn't that mean they would turn on you? Nobody else could land them a better deal than I can. If they ditched me, they wouldn't make it 3 steps before taking a knife in the back. So they've got no choice but to follow me till the end. I mean, you do you. So, how many ships have you plundered? The bloody bitch is well known in the Midnight Isles, and her black sail salls terror whenever she goes. I can't count on how many poor sods I've sent to Dagon. I was leading the charge, saber in hand, back in the days when Valexia was flashing her bare tits in the skies over Alushinra, and then Zephorian, that old rapscallion, ruled the city. As for the loot, the treasures they've passed through my hands, and I spent them all on booze. Tell me a thrilling tale. Oh god. Okay, chat, get ready for this, because gory stories from demons, they are as gory as you can get. You like gory stories, huh? Fine. Once we were floating by Migorg, and our lookout spotted the wreckage of a ship caught in a hurricane. So we decided to search for cargo, but instead we only found a sailor who was clutching at the wreckage. We fished him out, brought him to his senses, hung him up on the mast, and questioned him properly. Our ship's cook knows how to loosen tongue with his knife. Long story short, the poor sod spilled what he was a pirate himself. His ship had set sail from one of Alir's deserted islands, where they hid part of their spoils. We smelled a windfall, so we rushed to Alir. But Alir, that place isn't for the faint-hearted. Predatory vines, carnivorous flowers that breathe out clouds of poisonous pollen, and walking bushes that surround you, pounce on you, and sting you with their thorns till you die. Oh, and did I mention toxic springs? Or the flies that crawl into your ears while you sleep and lay eggs inside your brain, driving you insane? All in all, the place was a nightmare, and we found ourselves right in the middle of it all. 3 times our prisoner told us where to check for the stash. Each time we dug, but all we found was dirt and bones. By the 3rd attempt, that damn island had already whipped out half the crew. Wow. We realized that asshole was playing us, so we gutted him. You know what we saw then? All his entrails were covered with whitish mold and overgrown with some spongy fungus. His heart, his guts, his brain, the gunk was everywhere. According to our ship's dock, that fungus controlled every one of the sailors' steps. He got infected on Alir, then he left the island to lure in fresh fodder for the plants. We fled as fast as we could, but for a long time, I couldn't believe those damn weeds got so smart they were able to trick us. That's actually a pretty good story. Really nice. You mention Pazuzu quite often. Do you worship him? Sure, I do. Only total idiots don't worship the demon lord of the sky and winged creatures. Well, at least if we're talking about aeronauts. All the storms, wind currents, and beasts who feed on those currents, they all bend to his will. That's why I bombard Lord Pazuzu with my prayers as often as I can. Okay. Alright. I have to go. Whew. And that's one of the 10,000 people I have to talk to here. Venture Captain Kristoff. A lean old man with his back as stiff as a pikestaff casts a piercing look at you. His grey hair and luxurious sideburns grant him an imposing and significant demeanor. Greetings. I'm Count Kristoff Rolano. Have the honor of serving as Venture Captain of the Pathfinder Society. Nice. Heading the branch of the society in Alushinra and its adjacent territories. If you need the services of Pathfinders, I can be of assistance. Okay, that's nice. Tell me about yourself. I'm a noble, good Asmodean, and a Pathfinder, who earned the honor of being sent with the most unwanted task to the most repulsive point in the world, and ready to provide you with a few good fighters. What else are you interested in? So, when we see someone from the Pathfinder Society, it's either associated with Finian, or I can hire adventurers, like create new characters to be with me. And also, I could respec my characters, I believe. Hey, who are you? Gustav Rolano of Longmarch, a hereditary Count of Caliax and venture captain of the Pathfinder Society at your service. The Pathfinder Society has long planned to open a branch in the Abyss, for obvious reasons, such as an appointment didn't make anyone specially happen. However, as people of honor, the Pathfinder of my lodge couldn't let squeamishness stand in the way of duty. All of us volunteered for this mission, and then the Decemvirate chose me as the most suitable candidate. Why were you sent to the Abyss? To buy slaves, of course. Or rather, redeem slaves. The Pathfinder Society sent me to provide help to dwellers of Galarian who have been enslaved by demons. Every day I go to the slave market with my bag of gold, and I return to our shelter with a crowd of poor folks, whose freedom I managed to buy. Unfortunately, there are always too many slaves and too little gold. We send the ones we save to Galarian. Some of them are opportunists and fighters who were unlucky enough to be imprisoned. They are grateful to the society and are ready to provide services to repay us for their rescue. When people who are looking for mercenaries contact me, my charges go to serve them, and the payment for their services fills our coffers for continued redemption of slaves. So it's a circle. I see. I personally think that an enemy has to be fought against, not traded with, but the management of the Pathfinder Society did not heed my advice. What is it like living here? Abominable. The Abyss is a savage place where everything that can be designed in the wrong way is. Okay, everything's clear. 50,000 gold coins. I mean, I'll pay him. I'd rather pay him to save mercenaries than anything else. 50k though. Can I trust him? I don't feel like parting ways with all of this money though. Okay, I'll do it. Oh, the commander's name is known in certain circles. Interesting. Pathfinder Society is grateful for your help, Commander. The unfortunate folk enslaved by demons will glorify your name throughout the Abyss. Okay. Nice. So, I'm kind of known now. Become famous and get Nocticula's attention. Nice. Not too bad, not too shabby. I did lose a bunch of money though. How much do I have still? Doable. I want to buy stuff.
Forwards. No, backwards. Backwards.
I think this is part of my quest, so I'm gonna skip. And I'm gonna talk to Remissa. Let's save. Remissa the slave trader. The eyes of the translucent Meriliv carefully observe her surroundings. It seems this is not merely an image, but the projection of the creature's consciousness, while her physical body is located somewhere far from here. Next to the Meriliv fidgets a shriveled mandrake. which utters the occasional displeased shriek. Ah, a visitor from another plane. I am Remissa, also known as Sloth Skin. I'm no simple vendor, but a true artist of the slave trade. My warehouses currently stand empty, but we can always arrange for a custom order. What would you like to acquire? Perhaps your enemy's son or daughter, bound by magic and powerless in the face of anything you might wish to do to them? An attractive person who once dared reject you. The little brat who bullied you as a child. Lincherai is the city where all your dreams come true, especially if they are dirty, bloody, and sweet dreams of possession or revenge. You can order anyone you want and make your bloodthirsty dreams come true. I bet many cannot resist such a temptation. It is truly terrible. Camellia is very evil inside. She doesn't like to show it though. What do you mean by artist of the slave trade? While others trade for material gain, I do it for art. Unlike others, I am not involved in a faceless shipment of goods. Each slave who passes through my hands has a personality. Each sale is a spiritual experience. Not long ago, I sent my hunters to track down and capture a brave rebel fighting for freedom of his people. Then I sold him, changed and dressed as a pleasure slave to the tyrant who had enslaved his homeland. Some may call it a cliché, but I call it a classic. So, what I see standing here is just your projection. Certainly. It is not safe to appear in the flesh markets in person. Yeah, I killed one already. Especially for someone like me. You see, before I switched to this line of work, I was a humble gardener. I used to grow mandrakes. Oh, I cannot see Merlif just being a gardener at all. It's a well-known fact that mandrakes grow if you water an ordinary weed with demon blood, or if you plant it in a demon's corpse. The allies, lovers, and masters of those I turned into fertilizer are still searching for me. Thus, I conducted my business remotely. In the same way, when I have slaves to sell, I first show their projections, and only after they're sold do I deliver them to the buyer. Okay, I'm leaving. So there's two groups of people whom I still have to talk to. Sarzakis. Wait, maybe there's more.
Trail me.
And the dude's back there. There's Reggie here. Yeah, hello Reggie. Oh, he has a Miffit. The Cambion who gives you a smarmy bow looks like he once tried to split in two, then changed his mind. His chest is twice as wide as it should be, and double pupils stared at you from each of his eyes. Every time this freakish creature opens his mouth, an impressive goiter swells on its neck. His voice has an unpleasant croaking quality, as if a giant toad had taken up residence in his throat. Would you like to buy some flesh? Fresh flesh? Fresh flesh. It's so hard to say. You can call me Reggie. I'm at your service. Show me your slaves. I can offer you a shipment of Galarian slaves. They certainly aren't the best shape. Galarians are notorious for their fragility, but torturing them sure is fun. The Galarian slaves are clad in torn rags, their bodies emaciated. Many have wounds and cuts. Their blank indifference to everything happening around them suggests these unfortunates lost any hope of escaping a long time ago. Oh, you poor souls, what have they done to you? It's over now, we'll help you. Where are you from? You come from all over, my lady paladin. Most of us were captured back in Canabras. As for me, I got caught on my way to Nerosian. I was on leave, going to visit my family. Wow, that's quite a journey you've had. You will get to Nerosian and see your family again, I swear on my life. You hear me? Hold tight, and tell the others to not lose heart. We must get them out of here at all costs. We can't abandon our own. If we did, it'd be worse than scum. Arishali's presence caused a rumble of discontent among the slaves. She flinches under her angry and hateful gazes. She opens her mouth to say something but fails to find the right words and just sadly lowers her eyes. Winged bitch, what are you looking at? Wow! No wonder he's been tortured. Seizing the moment and definitely spitting at the mephit in the cage, Reggie nods at him. If you wish, you can also purchase this little blighter. He won't be of much use, but you can entertain yourself for some time torturing him. He is sharp-tongued and quite resilient. I guarantee you'll spend several interesting and pleasant evenings killing this little freak. Who are you? What are you selling? Everybody calls me Reggie, and the name's just fine by me. I'm the top vendor here at Flash Markets, no matter what the others think. They sell expensive, classic goods, where I specialize in rebel and riffraff. My goods cost 10 times less than what the others are selling, but I have 100 times more clients than everyone else. Everybody needs a slave. Cheap, maybe slightly defective, but still a slave. Big shots from the upper city prefer to do business with the others. So what? The middle city feeds me much better. Besides, I don't just sell live goods. I sell the stuff that used to belong to these poor fools as well. You'll find some extremely valuable and interesting items among the loot taken during slave raids. Incidentally, I am willing to take this crippled waif off your hands. If you expect to sell her yourself, don't bother. No one will want to buy such a puny thing. But I can add her to my lot of Galarian slaves. He was talking about Denver. You are mistaken, I'm not for sale. Okay. Show me the spoils you've looted. Thank God, yes, you can finally sell stuff. Oh, hello! +5 heavy crossbow. Is it holy? No. Can teleport here. There's a robe. Amulet of quick draw. Ooh, that's good. But you have no daggers. I'm not gonna use this. Definitely not gonna use that. I don't have a lot of money already. What to do? What to do? What can I buy? What should I buy? There's a club. Really want the heavy crossbow. DC 30 or become unable to cast spells. The problem that I see here is that I have to land a hit. What is Aru wearing? Blank rank assistance. Whenever there are a winning ranged weapon, whenever an ally or makes a free ranged attack on the same target. It's a ranged attack. doesn't really fit in. I like this one. I like her hitting once more. Let's see, what else do I have an interest of? Maybe I should get the coin. I'll get this for Ember. I think it's the one thing that I can get right now that's really useful. It's just really positive. I'll give this to another caster. It's just really, really good for her. There you go. Looking pretty. And then I'll just use this myself. Nice. It's just really good. +4 bonus to concentrations, checks, and all that. So he's using a heavy crossbow. +2, which is just bad. And I'm still on +3s here. There is a heavy crossbow +3 though. The damage on intelligence score is so big for this place where we are at right now, because everyone casts a bunch of spells. And this just could literally make them not be able to cast a certain spell that's way high up. I only need to lower them by 1. I need better weapons. So this is currently better, I think, than the weapon that I'm using. The Hand of Paladin or Good Aligned Mythic becomes a Holy Avenger. Spell resistance enables the wielder to use greater spell to spell magic. Let's see. 25 to 32. 25 to 37. Deals more damage. I mean, I think I'm gonna have to use Radiance right now. Especially in this place. Where are my, have to find the ability. So we get greater dispel now. I need to put this down. And at least I think I do. I don't see greater dispel anywhere. I gotta be here. I mean, let's see if it's good enough. Gonna save. So there's a guard here. There's a guard over there. I'm gonna attack him because I want to attack him. There's no longer a guard over there, so I'm just gonna... I really want to attack him.
I will help where I can.
Actually, let's see how much it is for his... 50,000 selling them. He killed one?